Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to all the amazing tech enthusiasts joining us today. I'm Sujana Urnala, your host and the co founder of Bingi Byte. It's an absolute pleasure to see such a vibrant audience eager to dive into the world of mastering data visualization with Power BI and Tableau. Trust me, today's session is going to be insightful, practical, and full of learning. Before we begin, let me take a moment to introduce you to the force behind this initiative, our very own Bingi Byte. So, Bingi Byte is not just a platform, it's a thriving community of learners, developers, and tech enthusiasts who believe in continuous growth, knowledge sharing, and innovation. And who made this possible? Our visionary founder, Umesh Bingi. Umesh Bingi is a constant learner, a full stack enthusiast, and a leader passionate about building a strong developer community. His dedication to tech and education is what drives Bingi Byte forward. And myself, Srijana Urnala, your co founder, a cybersecurity learner committed to empowering individuals through technology and knowledge sharing. Together, we have built Bingi Byte to bring valuable learning experiences like this webinar to all of you. Now, let's give a huge round of applause to our speaker and mentor for this session, the incredible Guru Santosh Srinivasan sir. Guru Santosh Srinivasan sir is an AWS Academy educator with a hands-on expertise in Power BI, Azure, and DevOps. With his vast experience in cloud technologies and data visualization, he is here passionate about empowering our learners to upskill and succeed in the tech industry. Today, he is here to help us understand the core concepts of data visualization, best practices, and how you can start creating impactful dashboards using Power BI and Tableau like a pro. Now, let's talk about what you will be learning in today's webinar: fundamentals of data visualization, Power BI and Tableau essentials, best practices for storytelling, and by the end of this session, you will walk away with hands on knowledge to create stunning visuals using Power BI and Tableau, confidence to design interactive dashboards that deliver real insights, practical tips to turn raw data into compelling stories and drive better decision making. There are some important instructions for all participants. Keep your microphone muted at all the times, unless you are asked to speak. Unnecessary noise will disrupt the session. Any form of disturbance, mic unmuting, or spamming in the chat will lead to immediate removal from the meeting. Do not interrupt the speaker during the session. Save your questions for the dedicated Q&A session at the end. Reactions are allowed only when necessary. Avoid spamming. This is a professional space. Any disrespectful behavior will result in removal from the meeting. I want to remind everyone to join our official WhatsApp group as soon as possible since our session will be running for 1.5 hours. We will be sharing another link with the WhatsApp group to continue the session at 8:30 p.m. So it's important that you join the group and stay updated. Also, after the session, we will be sharing exclusive resources and updates in the WhatsApp group. So make sure you stay till the end and remain in the group. Follow these rules strictly, and I will send the link shortly in the chat box. Let's maintain a professional, distraction free session. So, are you all excited? I want the reactions. Let's make this session interactive, engaging, and fun with reactions. Stay tuned, stay curious, and let's explore the power of data visualization together. With that, let's welcome Guru Santosh Srinivasan sir to take us on this exciting journey. Sir, are you available here?
Yes, I was, sir.
Yes, sir. You can can take the session.
Okay, thank you, Bingi Byte, for arranging this one because this is a visionary thing what you guys are doing this. Okay, so since you are being a third year students and you are arranging this meetings and trainings and all, it's like wonderful. Okay, I just want to congratulate you guys first and all the best.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Okay, and let's start. First of all, let me share my screen. Am I audible, guys, to everyone? Can I get a yes in chat box? Okay, that's good. Nice, nice, nice. A lot of engaging persons here. Okay. Um, okay. So before starting this session, I just want to So before starting this session, I just want to show you how to download some software so that you can download it while doing this theory sessions. After that, in practical, you can just continue along with me. Is that fine? Okay. So initially, we are going to download Power BI Desktop. Okay. Also, Srujana, are you there? Yeah, okay. If I cut in the middle or something interrupted is from my end, just intimate me through WhatsApp, okay? So my laptop will be in full focus mode, right? Okay, sure. Okay, so just search for Power BI Desktop, okay, and enter into the first link. Here you can see the download now button, okay? So if you are using a Windows laptop, you will be directed directly through the Microsoft Store. Okay, so in this store, you can download this one, and it's a normal installing steps. Okay, so there is nothing great here. So after installing, you will be having an icon like this called Power BI Desktop. Okay, so you can have this, and the another one is Tableau. So for Tableau, I'll share you a link. Okay, I'll share you a link. So here you just need to fill this form, your first name, your last name, and your student email. Okay, so at a college name, a domain name will be there, right? So that email you have to fill in here. Then select student, okay, and the country is India, and you can download the app. Okay, so after downloading this, you can start installing that too. Okay, so that Tableau will be like this. Okay, so for link for downloading the Tableau, I'll share it in the comment box. Okay, so the comment is pinned so that you can use it afterwards. Right then, so let's start. Okay, so I believe you guys have been in a professional course, right? So some people will be from BSc or MSc. Yes, so everyone know what is data, correct? So data is nothing but the information. Okay, the information can be anything. It can be a number, it can be a descriptive word, or it can be an image, or it can be something else, or a video. Okay, so whatever the data is, we have to get knowledge from the data. Okay, so that is called as data. So data is a thing that should give some information from it. Okay, so data, it can be of three types. Okay, either way, it is a structured, semi-structured, and unstructured. So what do you mean by structured data? Structured data is nothing but it will have a fixed schema. Okay, for an example, your marks. Okay, whenever you are entering into a college or you are studying in a school, we'll be having a marks, right? So it will be like Strujana or some Sanjana, the two girls. Okay, they are be having marks in each and every subjects. So it will be like English, Telugu, Maths, Science, Social. Correct. So what we have to say is the name, your standard, your section, the English, Telugu, Maths. This is called a schema. Okay, so this schema, it will be common for all the students, correct? So that is called a schema. That will be a fixed one. It will not be changed for the entire data. Okay, so this is called a structured data. I'll give you an example for structured data later on in this session itself. Okay, and next one is semi-structured data. Semi-structured data, it is looks like a JSON format. Okay, so what a JSON format looks like? What a JSON format looks like? It looks like this. Okay, so your name, your standard, your section, your marks, everything will be visible here, and it will not follow a schema. Okay, it is not in a standard format. It is just a data. Okay, so in that case, we'll call it as a unstructured data. Sorry, semi-structured data. Okay, so what do you mean by unstructured data? What do you mean by unstructured data? Unstructured data means images, documents, audios, videos. It is called as unstructured data. Okay. So now we will enter into data analysis. Okay. So what is data analysis? With all the information we have to tell a story to the people. Okay. So who is the people here? The managers or the decision makers. Okay. So these guys are the decision makers. We should tell a story to them with our data, and with that data, they should be able to take a decision. Okay. And that decision should be a final one, and that decision should be an effective one. So these are all comes under the visionary of the data analysis. Okay, a data analysis person should give a data to a business people. That business people will take a decision based on your presentations or based on your stories. Okay, so before your data will tell you a story, it should run through a process. Okay. So and that process is like you are preparing a data, you are managing your data, and you are maintaining a data. Okay. So that and all process we'll discuss later on in this session. So next, types of analysis. So these are all the five types of analysis: descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, prescriptive, and cognitive. Okay. So what do you mean by descriptive analysis? Descriptive analysis is like a clear thing. Okay. Whatever you want, you can easily get from that data itself. For an example, it's like an Excel sheet. Okay. In Excel sheet, if you want a particular data, you can directly go there and you can select that data. If you want to add our data, if you want to do a performance, or if you want to do any functions, whatever you want, you can do. That is a descriptive data. It is available before you, and you can do whatever you want. Okay, descriptive analysis. Second one, diagnostic analysis. Okay, diagnostic analysis means you have a data. Okay, you have a data, and something was been happened. For an example, in a class data. Okay, you guys might have a marks data. In that data, some students might have failed. Okay, so what is the reason for failed? They have been a late comers, so that is the data. Okay, so with that time schedule, okay, you can just check, and you have to make an analysis from that. Okay, so this type of analysis is called as diagnostic analysis. Okay, it may be from the student side, or it may be from the teacher side, or it may be from the examination side. The questions may be bit tough, so in that case, you have to analysis diagnostic. Okay. So what do you mean by descriptive? Descriptive is nothing but data will be there, and you can directly get information from the data. You don't need to do any thinking over there. So what is diagnostic analysis? Diagnostic analysis is like you have a data, but we have to answer some of the questions. Okay. The question is already there, and you have to answer the questions. Third one, predictive analysis. What will happen in the future? Okay, so you have a data for the weathers. Okay, and tomorrow what will be the weather? Okay, so previous year this time in Hyderabad the rain has been there. So it will be there or not? You have to decide. Okay, so that type of analysis is called as predictive analysis. And then perspective analysis, like if you want to achieve something. Okay, your organization is going through a visionary policies. If you want to achieve something, you can do that. Prescriptive analysis is like nothing but already an event is there. Okay, so for an example, your adjacent company has done something, and that has been effective throughout. Okay, in that case, already it has been a proven thing. Okay, will that technique work with your institution or not? So in that case, you can do analysis, and that is called as prescriptive analysis. And the last and final one, cognitive. So cognitive is nothing but with with already an event has been happened, and already you have a perspective analysis chart. Okay, with that chart, you need to gain the knowledge. Will it happen to a majority people? For an example, one institution has made a decision and they have become a successful. Okay, with that step, if you make a same technique for your institution, will it help or not? That is called as perspective analysis. Okay, if you take that information, put that generally for all the institutions, will it happen or not? That is called as cognitive analysis. Okay, understand? Okay, so let's have a question section. With this time, do you have any questions here? Do anybody? Yes? No. So shall I go forward? Okay. Right then. So I want you to introduce something called as databases. Okay. So database is nothing but a place where we can store a data. You guys already know what is databases, correct? So here I have to introduce you to one type of database which is called as OLTP. Okay. So what do you mean by OLTP? Anyone? What do you mean by OLTP database? Hello. Okay. What is OLTP database? Correct. Online transaction processing. Exactly. Super. So one type of database is OLTP. Okay. So I have told you earlier we have something called as fixed schema. Correct. So fixed schema is nothing but the name, price, quantity, material, color, and length. Okay. If you want to enter a fourth column, okay, so you have to just enter a name. And you have to give a price. You have to give a quantity. You have to give a material. And if you don't know what color is that, okay, at this time if you don't know what color is that, you have to put a hyphen or no, correct? You cannot add something like a new column here. Okay, and length also you have to put here. Okay, so online transaction processing databases, they have a fixed schema. Okay, we cannot change schema here and there. Okay, it is a fixed one. Also, OLTP databases are also called as SQL databases. Okay, so whatever SQL databases we have, we can compare with OLTP. Everything comes under OLTP. Next next the same OLTP databases. Okay, but if you want to have a new column in here, okay, you have to enter a new column here. Suppose your company wants to know, your company has too many branches. Okay, one of the branches are Bangalore, and you want to know which branch have done this transaction. In that case, you can't enter a new column here, but you have to name a column there. Okay, so in that time what we can do, we can introduce a second table. Okay, so here what I have done, SID, PID, and city. Okay, so city is nothing but a new column. In this time, if you want to add a further also, you can add here. Okay, but here if you notice something, PID is common in both the table. Okay, so PID is common in both the table. What do we call it as PID? It is a primary key. Okay, so this PID can be anything. If this table belongs to a students, it can be a registration number. Okay, if this table belongs to a shop or something, it can be product number. Okay, whatever it is, but the common thing is called as PID. Okay, so this PID is being often denoted by the name called as relationship. Okay, so this is one table and this is one table. For an example, this is a products table, this is a city table. Okay, these two table, if PID is common, it is called as relationship between. Okay, so I'll tell you another example. What if this table belongs to a salesperson? Okay, so imagine you have a new column here, and this column contains salesperson's name, first name, what we can call the first name. Okay, so the first name is Pavitra. Okay, so Pavitra is one salesperson, the second person is Kamali. Okay, and the third person also we are having. Hey, what's happening here? Am I audible, guys? Okay, so guys, am I audible? Yeah, okay. So let me share my screen. Uh, Srujana, how is my flow? Is it okay, or do I need to speed up or slow down? Is that fine? Yeah, okay, okay. Thank you. Okay, so I just continue from here. I told you there is a relationship between PID and PID. Okay, the PID is nothing but the primary key. Okay, in this case, I'll tell you another example. Okay, so example is like I'll tell you the student's name. Okay, so here we have something called as registration number, and here it is called as student's name, and then you are having your phone number, your mail ID, and your marks here. Okay, so in that case, if you want to do something, for an example, they need to collect a data from you. Okay, for an example, where you have been working or what all internship you have been attended. Okay, after your completion of your degree. Okay, so in that case they are creating a new table, and then they are introducing only your registration number here. Okay, so that registration number column, it will be common in both the tables. In that case, the registration number becomes your PID. The PID is nothing but a primary key. Okay, so here in the second table, whatever they want they can add. For an example, your registration number, your company name, in which city you are working. Okay, either you are a full-time or people, or you are internship people. What is this? What is your salary? Okay, whatever the columns needed, they can add here. Okay, but the PID stays common, and that relationship will get data for the entire thing. Okay, but end of the day, why do we need this relationship? I'll tell you later on in this session. Okay, but by the way, this is nothing but a database. This database variety is called as OLTP, which is nothing but online transaction processing. Okay, OLTP databases, they have a fixed schema and you can't change the schema now and then. Okay, it is fixed. If you want to add a certain columns here, you can add it as a separate table. Okay, in that table we should have a similar thing. Okay, that similar thing is called as PID. PID is nothing but a primary key. PID varies from each and every table. Okay, you can have whatever PID you want, you can have. Okay, either you can have names as a PID as well. Okay, but usually we will not have text as a PID. Okay, so text may vary sometime. You may leave a space, you may have a dot. The first letter can be a bigger one, smaller one. Either way it can be changed. Okay, so usually we will not have names as a PID, but technically it is possible. Okay, so this type of databases, it is called as OLTP databases. So now I'll tell you another type of database. Okay, so another type is called as OLAP. Okay, OLAP means online analytical processing. All right, so what is online analytical processing? Analytical processing is nothing but it will not have a fixed schema. The schema can be changed for each and every entry. Okay, the first entry can have a five information, and the second entry can have a 10 information or two information. Okay, each and every entry the schemas can be changed. That is called as OLAP. OLAP databases are, they are frequently called as NoSQL databases. Okay, NoSQL databases, it is called as OLAP. SQL databases, it is called as OLTP. Right. So now let's deep dive into the data processing. Okay, so now you have some tables. Okay, so this table, the first table belongs to a Bangalore branch, second table belongs to Hyderabad branch, and third table belongs to Chennai branch. Okay, also you have some other tables called customer name, and then you have something called as quarter name, and then you have branches all over. You can just avoid this country. Okay, just have city. That is fine. Okay, the another table is there, and that you have products table separately also. Okay, so now what we have to do is all these data tables belongs to OLTP type. Okay, but here we can't make data visualizations in OLTP databases. Okay, so for that what we have to do, we have to get data from all the databases, put that thing in one database. Okay, put that thing in one database, and this database is called as OLAP database. Okay, so this database, it is OLAP database. Okay, so this database can handle data visualizations. So what we have to do after that, we can introduce data visualizations tools such as Power BI or Tableau on OLAP database, and we'll do a processing here. Okay, so why this much theory? This much theory is needed for your when you start working in Power BI. Okay, so for an example, if I need to know how many products have been sold in each and every branches, then I need to get data from all the databases. Correct. So all these data will be fed into one particular place, and from there I can make a data visualizations. Correct. So do you know what this process is? Do anybody know what this process we call it is? The usual thing. Guys, you can unmute yourself and you can answer the questions. Okay. Do you guys know what we usually call this process? The famous one? Data gathering. Okay. Then any other answers? Guys, be interactive. What we call as ETL. Okay. Okay, we'll be doing OLTP database. Okay. In OLTP database, we'll be having a data visualization too. Correct. So the first thing is we have to extract the data from the database. and then we'll be doing a transformation. Okay, the second thing, transformation. That transformation part, it will be done in Power BI itself. Okay, also in Tableau we can do the transformation part. Okay, so why Power BI is being commercially successful is the ETL process they can handle itself. Okay, within Power BI itself it can handle the ETL processes, and they can do the visualization from there. Okay, so enough of theory sessions, and then we'll start with practical one. Okay. Okay, so do any guys need more theoretical, or shall we deep dive into practical sessions? ETL full form: extract, transform, and load. Okay, extract, transform, load. Any other thing? One thing: extract, transform, unload. Make first letter capital. Okay, I just forgot it. E capital, T capital, load is also capital. Also, ETL is being famous these days. Okay, that is also another process. We call it as ELT: extract, load, and then we will make a transform. ELT. Both the thing varies on the need. Okay, so we can do whatever we want, but there is two things. One is extract, load, transform, or extract, transform, or load. We can get data from the databases. Yes, you need to know both BI and Tableau. That is your wish, but I'll this session will be on both BI and Tableau. You can just have this recording. Srujana, is this recorded or what? Yeah, yeah, fine, fine. So you can get recordings from them, and you can practice whenever you want. Okay. So there are both the process: extract, transform, load, extract, load, and transform. Okay. Um, it'll just take 5 minutes. Okay. And just show you what I'll just show you how things works in Google Cloud. Okay. Once again. I can't find it. Okay, guys, leave that Google Cloud. Okay, I'll just show you it in AWS. Okay. Yes. Okay, so this is the SQL database and NoSQL database, which you have seen earlier, the same tables. Okay, and these are all the NoSQL database types. And here comes the analytics. Okay, so we'll be having a multiple SQL database, and we'll be using certain topologies, and we'll be making it available in one single big database. Okay, so on this database is called as OLAP. Okay, which is famously also called as data warehouse as well. Okay, so in this data warehouse, we'll be applying data visualization tools like Power BI or what do we call Tableau or QuickSight. Okay, we can make use of this, and we can get visualizations from that. So this is the famous thing: extract, transform, and load. Okay, we'll be extracting data from databases. We'll be doing a transformation process. This data will become another variant. Okay, the transformation means nothing. Okay, if you are getting a data from Bangalore and if you are getting a data from Mumbai. Okay, so sorry, and the third thing, you are getting a data from Dubai. Okay, so what are all the things will be changed? The first thing is times. Okay, so the time zone will be different. The second thing is the money value. Rupees will be here, and there we will be having something else. Okay, so we have to change these things. That is nothing but a transform. Okay, and then we'll be loading it into a data warehouse. Okay, so the transformation is nothing but uh, the data process. Okay, the preparing the data for visualizations. Amazon QuickSight is nothing but Microsoft Power BI is Amazon variant. Okay, so QuickSight is also a data visualization tool. So here they are mentioning QuickSight on Redshift, sorry, on data warehouse. Okay, so how things actually works is, here. Okay, so the datas can be anything. Okay, so here I'm just mentioning you only with SQL databases. Okay, why see only databases data? It is easily accessible so that I can show you on board. Okay, if I need to have a clickstream data, that will be different. Okay, I need to have a website, then I need to have data from that website, only then I can show you. Also similarly, this is mobile applications, and then this is something like website enrollments, and the web servers and IoT devices. Okay, the data can be anything. Okay, all this data, it will be coming under data ingestion. Okay, so what do you mean by data ingestion? Data ingestion is nothing but whatever the data type is, we have to put that data inside a database. Okay, so data ingestion tools are like Spoof, Flume, and Kafka. Okay, so what these tools will do, these tools will put data in databases. Okay, so what it is called, a different data bases types together, and they'll make a distribution system. Okay, earlier thing, it is called as GFS. Okay, what is GFS? GFS is nothing but Google's file system. Okay, so till I think 2010 or 15, it is called as GFS only. After that, they have made this GFS into an open source. Okay, so after open source, Hadoop came in between. Okay, so GFS has become Hadoop distributed file system, which we usually call it as HDFS. Okay, over HDFS we'll be using yarn. Okay, what do you mean by yarn? Yarn is nothing but yet another resource negotiator. Okay, on top of yarn, we'll be using having a processing frameworks such as MapReduce, Spark, Tez. Okay, and then we'll be having a query engines. In that query engines, we'll be having a data visualization tool, and we'll be having a data. Okay, so the data should go from here to the data ingestion tool, then to the file system, then to the yarn, then to the processing framework, then to the query, and then to the finally to a data visualization tool. Okay, so the data flow is like that. Okay, understand, guys? So I'll just get you directly into the Power BI. Okay. Sorry guys, I just have my company files. I don't want to share it here. I just close that one and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, just hold on. Guys, am I missing any update? I was not here for some time. Hello? Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, so when you open Power BI like this, okay, when you open Power BI like this, it will be something like this. Okay, so here you don't need to sign in here. Okay, why? Because sometimes it auto updates to the premium one. Okay, even though you have Outlook account, I don't want you to sign in here. Okay, so this is just a warning data. Okay, before this also, if you want to how do you call this, if you want to play around, you can have something called as sample data. Okay, so click on this sample data. The first thing first is we are going to play around with sample data, and after some time I'll tell you how to do this with our data sets. Okay, so first we'll do with sample data. So when you click on the sample data, it will be two things. One is your online tutorial or your loading sample data. Okay, so I'll just load this sample data. Okay, so here our data it will be loaded. So we'll be wait for some time to load the data. Okay, for I think okay, if not you just don't need to worry or something. Put our data set in Git or Google Drive. Okay, just download it and play around with the local data. Okay, do not touch the online thing. So after, if you need to have your data, then you can download one more time and you can have the data. Okay, if it is not available, I think it will be available for everyone. If not, also, I don't want every one of you to try along with me. Okay, do not try along with me. Just see what is happening here and there. Okay, just take notes or record whatever you want, and after this, you can have a practice yourself. Okay, done. So when I click load data, it is connected to the server. Yes, yes. Anyone needs to talk here? Okay. So when you click on this learn with sample data, and if you click on this load data, it will take some time, around 15 to 20 seconds, and it will load the data. Okay. It will comes here around navigator. Okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to click this data and we can see what that data means here. Okay. It is like a preview. Okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to select both the thing. Okay, we are going to select growth the thing, and we can click either load data or we can also click transform data. Okay, so for transforming the data, here we have something called as Power Query Editor. Okay, so Power Query Editor, it is comes along with a Power BI. Okay, so it is what do we call the subsidiary from Power BI itself. Okay, that is a data editor. So it will not work similarly with other editors. Okay, the Power Query Editor is a different thing. I'll tell you how to do that. Okay, so either you can load data here itself or you can click on transform data. So for now, I'm going to click the transform data. Okay, I'm going to click transform data. You don't need to do this. You can directly click load data as well. Okay, if I click transform data here, the Power Query editor, it will be opened. Okay, so we'll just maximize this Power Query editor. Okay, I'll just walk you around through this. Okay, so the first thing first, we have something called as segment. Okay, the segment is government, mid-market, channel partners, enterprise. Okay, so we have certain segments here. Okay, so this is the data types we can see here. Okay, so you can just scroll down to you can see how much data is here, right? So we have something called as column profiling based on top 1,000 rows. Okay, so it will show only up to the 1,000 rows. Okay, also on this side we have something called as applied steps. Okay, what is applied steps? If I do something here, it will be recorded here. Okay, so if you want to change that, you can just simply click here and you can delete this step in one single click. Okay, also you can just view how the process has been done. Okay, for both the thing, applied steps will be useful. Also, what is the name here? Okay, by the way, what is the name for this panel? It is called as query settings. Okay, what do you mean by query? In Navigator pan, we have selected two things. First one is financials, and the second one is sheet one. Correct? So both the thing it is called as queries. Okay, we can just change the queries properties here. For an example, I can change the name here. If you want financial, uh, Bingi Byte. What's the spell, man? Bingi. Okay. Financial hyphen Bingi. If I select OK, it will come as uh, not Bingi. Umesh. Okay. If I want financial Umesh and if I click enter, it will change to financial Umesh here. Okay. Also, if you want to have something like a filter options, you can either click here. Okay, can either click here and you can do a filters here. Okay, if you only want a government, I mean sorry, remove all the thing, select only government, click OK, everything will change to government. Okay, this is the data filtering. You can do this in Excel as well. Okay, but here things works a little bit different. Okay, I'm selecting everyone and I'm putting OK. Okay, so here I can see something called as filtered rows. Correct. Earlier filtered rows was not there. Only if I do a filtering, filtered rows was there. Okay. If I need to cancel this, it is as simple as this. Click here, it will be cancelled. Okay. So what is this thing called as segment? Near to segment, I have something called as ABC. Correct. What is ABC? What is ABC? Let's click on that ABC to know what is that. Okay, so ABC is nothing but a text. Okay, what the column type is, either it is text or it is date and time or it is only time, either it is percentage, is that whole number, is that a decimal number. Okay, so we can just select whatever we want. Being it is a sample data, things won't be that much different. Okay, so here we will not be having that and all. Okay, so right, and what's the next thing I have to tell you? Mm, yes, here comes the manage column. Okay, here comes the manage column. So here we have two things. One is choose column and another one is a remove column. Okay, I'll tell you what choose column is. So choose column will have a drop down. Okay, if I click on the drop down, we have two things. One is choose column, another one is go to column. Okay, if your column number exceeds, okay, after a certain limit, that you can't even remember what is that, or you can't exactly go to that column. Okay, in that case what we can do, we can just simply go to choose column. Okay, we can go to the go to column and all the column times it will be listed here. And if you simply click here and if you click on OK, your columns will be visible right there. Okay, if I come here, choose column, go to column, I will click on another one, year, and if I click OK, I'll go to this column. Okay, also when I click choose columns drop down and if I click choose columns, okay, I'll be having a different one. Okay, here I can just select whatever column I need. Okay, if I just don't need this cogs and I just if I click on this OK, that entire column will be gone. Okay, that entire column will be deleted. If something is there you don't want, the the unwanted information was there, you can just delete with this type. Okay, you can just choose column and you can do whatever you want. So here we have something called as change type, and if you don't need that step also can do any into and you can undo this. Okay, if you want to go to sheet 1 and you can see here whatever things you want. Okay, is that understand? So, sorry, is that clear? Can I get a yes? Okay. Okay. I'll just show you one more thing. Okay, I'll just show you one more thing. Add column. Okay, either you can have a custom column or you can just add from examples also. Okay, so I'll just add a custom column. Okay, so you can have a column name here. I'll just putting it sample. Okay, the new column name is sample, and here what I'm going to do is I'm going to select country. Okay, country, and I'm going to insert there. Okay, so here you'll be having no syntax errors detected. You can also have your own formula here. That is not a big deal. After you deep dive into the Power BI, you will know your own formulas. Okay, so right now this is enough. Okay, when I click OK, the new column called a sample will be here. Okay, that data will be having for countries. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do one more thing, custom column, one more time, custom column. Here I'm going to put sample 2. Okay, so here instead of that what we can do, product. Okay, I'm selecting the product and I'm inserting here, and I'm clicking OK once again. Okay, sample 2. So now I have something called as sample 1 and sample 2. So this is what add column is all about. Okay, so you can have your own custom function. You can get it from ChatGPT, or you can learn somewhere else, and you can put function that also. Functions is nothing but I have inserted a column. After inserting, we have inside a bracket the function, the formula, right? So it will be similarly like that. Okay, so if you want a similar column like a date, or if you want something like a time, you can select that also. Okay, and you can do whatever you want. So coming back to home, so why I'm doing this? So now I'm going to change the column name. Okay, so double click here, and you can change the name here, sample hyphen demo 2. Okay, if you press enter, the name will be changed. Okay, you can do like this for whatever you want. Okay, so I'm not disturbing this data because it is the sample data. Okay, I don't want to mess around, so I'm just creating a new column and I'm messing this around. Okay, so I can do this as well. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this sample 1. While pressing Control, I'm going to select sample column 2. Okay. You guys know how Control C, Control V, Control Z, Control A works. Okay. So pressing this Control, I'm selecting. I'm doing a multi-select. Okay. So now what I'm going to do? I'm going to merge the column. Okay. So where is merge column? Okay, here it is called as merge column. Okay, either you can right click here and you can do this also. Okay, or you can go to transform button and you can do merge column here as well. Okay, when I click here merge column here, the new column name will be appeared here. Okay, so the new column name is merged and separated. Separated is nothing but either you want a colon, or you want a comma, or you want an equal sign, or you want a tab, or you want a space. Okay, what do you guys want? We'll go with space. Okay, we'll go with space. No, we'll go without none. First, you see what's happening there, and then we'll go with a separator one also. Okay, so I'm clicking OK here. So the column name merged comes here along with um, the product and the country name. Okay, so this is the merged one. Correct. So what I'm going to do, there is no space in between, so I'm going to add a separator in between. So for that, I'm going to cancel this step. Okay, so sample and sample data is here. So sample number 1, I'm pressing Control, I'm doing a multi-select. I'm clicking here, merge column. So now I'm going to introduce a separate, maybe equal sign. Okay, and then I'm going to change the name also, merge to. Okay, and then clicking on more. It is called as merged to, and between the data I have something called as equal sign. You can also introduce space here, but space will not be a convincing one, so I'm introducing equal sign here. Okay, so I want to remove the entire column. How you can do, you can just click select the column and you can right click and you can delete directly from here. Okay, if you have some 10 or 20 column, you have to do it in a single time. What you can do, you can go choose column, and you can simply take this out and click on OK. Okay, so the last merged column is gone. Okay, we don't have a sample as well because both the column has been merged into one. So it is the entire data columns has been removed. Okay, if you want to do a cancel thing, you can do here as well. Understand, guys? Do you have any doubt here? Do you guys have any doubt here? Playing around with columns? No. Okay. Also, Srujana, if someone is raising the hand, okay, just let me know. Just unmute yourself and let me know. Okay. Yeah. So next thing, we are coming to view tab. Okay, so I'll we come to the segment. We are having something called as view tab here, and here we can have sorry, we are having multiple things. Okay, first thing is column profiling. Okay, so when I click on this column profiling, I can know how many government is there, how many mid market, how many channel partner, how many enterprise, and how many small business is here. Okay, so what can I do is, if I just hover over here, I can see 14 percentage, it is a small business. Okay, so similarly government is 42%, and then mid market is 14%, channel partners is 14%, and enterprise is 14%. Okay, so what am I going to do, I'm going to take this off column profile. So to make you guys more interesting, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this for I'm going to do this for a country. Okay, so I'm selecting country here and I'm doing a column profile here. Okay, so United States of Mexico, it's having 20%, Mexico 20%, France 20%, Germany 20%, and Canada 20%. I can just see how sorry, you can just see how data visualization works here. Okay, does it sound interesting? Okay, so let me go back to this view tab and I'm taking this out. And then next I'm going with column distribution. Okay, column distribution, it will not show in another tab, it will come here itself. Okay, even though you can see how things work in a single click. Okay, in single click you can just visualize how things works. Okay, column profiler, it will work for only one column, and if you do for column distribution, it will work for everything. Okay, also you can turn this off and you can, I'll just show you how column quality works. Okay, column quality means all the data it is perfect or not, if there is any error, if there is any empty. So if I just click on this, okay, if I can just click on this, if I make a change here, so I can make it correct. So why? Because there is no errors here. Okay, so that is that it's not needed. Okay, right then, so I'll just close this column quality and I'm coming to tools. Okay, so what do you mean by tools? Diagnose this step. Okay, if something happens around, okay, if something happens around, this comes under a chain of reactions. Okay, if something is being disturbed in between, after that every steps will be disturbed. So if you want to know what step is disturbing you, you can just click on here diagnose step and it will tell you like error from this one or error from this one, just a small color change. Okay, you can just go there and you can make changes. Okay, so this is what all about the Power Query editor. Okay, so you can just see the queries here. So when I give you a sample data set, I'll open and I'll show you how many queries is there. Okay, so in that also you can view the applied steps. So for sheet one, we didn't do much. Okay, for financial Umesh only, we have done this much steps. Correct? Yes, guys. Okay. So I'm just closing this one, Power Query Editor. You want to apply the changes? No. Okay. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to click one more time, use the sample data. I'm just going to go with loading sample data. And now, and now, just wait for some time. Yes. And now I'm going to select both the queries and I'm going to directly load here. Okay. When I close the Power Query Editor, instead of do not save, if I click on save, the data should be available here. Okay. I just don't want to mess up with sample data. I just want to show you. So I'm just closing that and I'm directly coming to load data. Let's wait for some time. Guys, do you have any questions till now? Guys, do anyone have any questions till now? You can just ask your question. You can just throw me your questions, okay? No? Okay. Dashboard and storytelling are different or both are visual representations. Okay. So this comes in a later part, but to give a short answer, dashboard is a visualization. Okay. Storytelling you are going to do. Okay. So with that dashboard, you're going to tell a story. Okay. Is that clear? Dashboard is a visual representation and storytelling is on your part. Storytelling, Power BI will not involve here. Okay. You can just unmute yourself and speak. Okay. Don't waste your time in typing things. Okay. Let's come back to Power BI. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to select both the thing and directly I'm clicking on load data. Okay. So, right then. Okay. So we have our data here. When I click on here, the sales, cogs, country, date, everything is a column. Okay. So each and every column, it comes like this. Okay, I can just expand it and I can just show you. Okay, so these are all nothing but a columns. Okay, we have done things, we have just played around with the column, and here we have a data like this. The next thing is we have something called as visualizations. Okay, so we'll come around this part. Before that, I'll let you know what these things are. First thing is it is called as a report view. Okay, here in report view, what we can do visualizations. Okay, we can build visualizations with the data. The second one is table view. Table view is nothing but we can just see the data with our own eyes. Okay, and we can just do visual analyzations here. Okay, so before doing a report view, if any error is being happening here, you can just come around to table view, and you can just set yourself. Okay, so similarly, like a Power Query editor, we have something like here. Okay, we can just give data and all. We can just also make relationships between country and the product. Okay, sorry, between financials and sheet number one, we can make a relationship. Okay, also the third one is model view. If I click on this model view, when I click on this model view, I have financials column separately, and I have sheets column separately. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a relationship between financials and sheet one. Okay, so let's make relationships between them, right? So how can we make a relationship between? Here we have something called as manage relationships. Okay, so I'm going to click on this manage relationship. Okay, we don't have any relationships here, so I'm clicking on new relation. I'm clicking on new relation from table number one financial to table number two sheets. Okay, so what they're telling me, sales is common. They're telling me like that. Okay, sales is common. They're telling me like that. So okay, so make this relationship active. Either you can directly go and you can save it here. Okay, before saving this one, this relationship have cardinality many to many. Okay, what we can do, many to one, duplicate value. Okay, so we'll select another one. We'll select country to country. Okay, okay. I just forgot this is sample data. Okay, so we can't make any relationships here. But this thing is, you can just click on new relation, and you can select the table. You can select a table here, and you can just give relations here. Okay, I'll give you a data set. In that data set, we can I'll tell you how to do the relationships and all. Okay, so earlier one. So here I'll just introduce you to with the various pages. Table view. What do you mean by model view? And this is nothing but a report view. Okay, so here we'll just play around with the visualizations for 10 minutes, and we'll have a break. Okay, so the first thing first, before making a visualization, one thing you have to understand. Okay, so the first one is you need to have two columns to make, at least two columns to make a visualization. Okay, in that two column, one should be number. Okay, the others can be a word. Okay, in your terms, it should be one should be okay, one should be number, and another one it should be a word. Okay, or both that can be number also, it will work. That is fine. Okay, so first thing what we are going to do, I'm just going to click on this sales. Okay, when I click on sales, automatically the visualization appears here. Okay, so what the visualization is, that it is clustered chart, column chart. Okay, either you can check whatever you want. Okay, we can do whatever we want, but if you click on here, it will select automatically what is the best thing, it will select. When I click on the country, when I click on country along with sales and country, it will show me for each and every country. For United States, it is 25 million. For Canada, it is 2.48 million. Then for France, it is 2.43 million. Okay, so this is one type of visualization. It is nothing but column chart. Okay, if I want to change this one, I just simply click this, and I can change the visualization. Okay, you need, if you want a line chart, you can do. If you want area chart, you can just fill the area, or if you need a pie chart also, you can select like this. Okay, so if you want to change the data from some of the sales to country, you can change here. Okay, we have something called as legend. Just take this out. Okay, so instead I can give product here. Okay, what I need to do, double click the product, drag it, put that in legend. Okay, instead of country, now I have product. Okay, so what I'm going to do in by regression on this, I'm going to put country as well. So now what will happen? What will happen? Okay, so I have visualizations here as well. Okay, usually it's not recommended for pie chart. For another one you can do, but for pie chart it's not good. Okay, so I'm going to take this product out, and country is visible. Okay, so here instead of doing that, I can put products in legend. Okay, so now what happens in sorry, where is zoom? Okay, in United States of America, this is a different product, and this is a different product. This is a different product. This is a different one. This is a different one, and this is a different one. Okay, so similarly, we can have different types of visualizations on our cars. Okay, so based on that, we can do the storytelling part. Okay, so I'm just going to remove this visualization. Okay, I'm just going to remove this visualization, and now I'll just show you one thing. I'll just show you one thing. We're going to select the country. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are just going to select the country, and we are going to select the product. Okay, so now whatever the chart we needed, it will display here. Okay, so why there is a no chart? Why there is no chart? Guys, any answers? Why there is no chart? Just unmute yourself and talk. Okay, both are text. Very good. Okay, both are text. What I need to do, I need to select any numbers. Okay, either it can be a discount or it can be a profit. Okay, whatever the number is, I want, I can just select that. Okay, so guys, we'll meet after a break. Okay, so I'll join at 8:30. Okay, so there I'll show you what interactive visualizations are. Okay, how to make a dashboard. Okay, how to do a storytelling there. Also, I'll will go on with Tableau as well. Okay, so regarding Tableau part, the theories and all same thing. Only the UI changes. Okay, UI and the product changes are there. So we'll have a separate data there. I'll also give you a sample data set. So with that sample data set, we'll make relationships between the data. Also, we'll make reports on there, and dashboards as well. Okay, so while coming at 8:30, I want you to just what is that, just install both Power BI and Tableau. Okay, so that you can join along with me, and you can just enjoy the visualizations. Okay, so we'll meet at 8:30 p.m. Sujana, just share the meet link with me. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. I'll just leave. You can